Shall I continue learning Visual Basic.net or I switch to C#.net? Which one will be better for me? I personally come across such kind of questions from NXOpen learners. So in this video, I am going to detail out this question so that if you have this question, you will get the answer. So let's get started. I have detailed out the answer to this question for three different scenarios. You as a new learner, and you as an NXOpen developer, or you as a C Sharp developer who is working on any CAD development. So let's start with the new learner. If you are a new learner, then you are either of these three situations. You are yet to start, you are either midway, or you started not that good and you are confused. So let's see what you can do in these three different situations. The first situation, of course, will be you are yet to start. So that time you do have the choice whether you can start with C#.net or you can start with Visual Basic.net. Why I have picked up only these two languages is just because only these two languages are quite popular for development in NXOpen. So you do not need to consider any other language except there is a strong interest from you or there is a development going on which uses some other programming language. So this is $1 million question. Which one to consider? Either Visual Basic.net or C#.net. If you are someone who is little bit fearful about learning programming language as you have not done it before, then I would suggest you straight away go with Visual Basic.net. Guarantee, I can give you the guarantee that you do not going to lose any opportunity because you know Visual Basic.net and you don't know C Sharp. So you don't need to worry about that. Straight away, if you are fearful, go with the Visual Basic.net as your programming language. But if you are comfortable and you are little bit inclined towards C Sharp or you have some knowledge of programming before either Python or C, then you can continue with C Sharp because as I say popularity wise these days C Sharp is much more popular than Visual Basic.net, but we cannot rule out any presence and any capability of Visual Basic that cannot be done in Visual Basic and only C Sharp can do. Capability wise and again the penetration wise, it is still a good programming language to consider. So this I think is enough input for you to decide if you are at this situation. Then what next? If you are on midway, it means you started off with Visual Basic.net, you are on the way and you got uh, a question for yourself or you got uh, some doubts yourself about whether you shall continue learning VB Visual Basic or you switch to C Sharp. Then I would recommend that you continue on Visual Basic.net. Do not change your path at all. You no need to switch to C Sharp at all. Continue what you are doing. And the rest is the last case could be as a new learner is you are confused. Of course, if you are thinking to consider C Sharp midway, you are again confused. But here I will again say you that you skip C Sharp, continue what you are doing. You are not doing anything wrong. You are still on the right path to learn. So you continue doing that. Yeah, because if you are coming back and starting over from C Sharp, then it is of course a loss of time because whatever you have spent on Visual Basic, that is going to be wasted. And as you have already started off, you do have some concept already cleared for you. Then learning C Sharp is big, is going to be confusing for you. It can confuse you. So skip it. Do not have that second thought in your mind at all. Go with Visual Basic straightforward. Then this is about the new learner. If you are confused, you can have these choices for you as a new learner. Now, if you are an NXOpen developer already, so of course there is a very straightforward answer as a NXOpen developer. If your developments are using C sharp, then you must learn it. You do not have any other choice, right? But if not, then skip it. You don't need to learn C sharp unless and until you have a very strong reason to do that. Continue on the Visual Basic. But of course, if you are a NXOpen developer with 1 year, 2 year, or more years of experience, then you can add C sharp into your portfolio. That makes sense. But if you are an you just started off, you are a new NXOpen developer, just a starting level developer you are, that time you can skip it for sure. Then third situation is where you are already a CAD developer and you are good at any of the programming language, not C sharp. You are either good at Visual Basic.NET, you are good at maybe Python. So whether to switch to C sharp. So there are two reasons you might be doing this. If you are doing this for your career growth, then learning C sharp will not help you much in your career growth, I would say. What else you can do is you can learn something else which is more potential. So I am not able to suggest here anything because you are already some other CAD developer, and I don't know what are the potential skills that you can have in this case. So you figure out yourself what can be the potential skills that you can have, and you try to learn it because C sharp will not add much of a value in your skills. But if it is a project need, then definitely you need to learn it. So if it is a project need, you continue on C sharp. You start off with C sharp. So this is what I can say. This is what I can help you out with. So I hope that you got the clarity about these three different cases. So this is about three different situations you are in, and based on these three different situations, what you shall do as a developer for learning C sharp. I think you got the enough clarity on that. Now let's talk about the difference between Visual Basic.NET and C sharp.NET. There is only one difference that I know. Only syntax is different. How we write functions in Visual Basic and how we write the similar functions in C sharp is different because the syntax is different. Otherwise, capability wise, both these languages are equal because these both languages are part of .NET framework. These are the native languages for .NET framework. Now, with this, let's come to the conclusion part. Conclusion is also very simple, and I know that this is going to help you a lot to clear off your confusion. So let's see what is the conclusion is all about. If you are at a stage where you are comfortable using Visual Basic.NET, easily you will get comfortable with C sharp.NET. If you are comfortably able to use Visual Basic.NET, then you can definitely switch to C sharp, and that time you will find it comfortable as well. But if you are confused with Visual Basic.NET or you are not that confident about yourself using Visual Basic as your programming language to write your own programs, it means you are not learned it fully. You are not yet good at the programming language. And in that case, if you learn C sharp, you will be confused with C sharp for sure. If you are confused in Visual Basic, you are going to be confused in C sharp as well. Again, last but not the least, Delaying learning after a good start is the worst thing that you can do with yourself. I will repeat this. Delaying learning after a good start is the worst thing you can do. So, what best you can do for yourself? If you are started off, finish it off without taking a break, without getting into the confusion, without doubting yourself. Just finish it off. That's it.
Introducing the ultimate guide for beginners. NXOpen made easy. Learn 8 easy to follow NXOpen examples even without prior programming or NXOpen knowledge. Start your journey to NXOpen expertise today. Download now.
If you like this video, then definitely please uh, hit that like button. And if you wanted to receive such video updates from me, then please do subscribe to my channel as well. Thank you for now. See you. Bye bye.